in Windows. Okay, so why the USB forensics is very much important? Because nowadays most of the devices, I would say any of the peripheral devices, whether it is a printer, whether it is some scanner you are connecting to your system, or maybe you are having a USB based mouse. So each and every devices, mostly devices are using the USB technology. Okay, so USB, you have USB micro USB, you have USB C type USB. So different type of ports are there. But end of the day, all USBs are counted as a USB devices, and it's very important to do the USB forensics of the Windows system. Okay, so today we will be talking of about the USB forensics into the Windows system. Okay, so in the USB devices, there is a separate registry that is available into the registry entries into your registry editor, Regedit, and that particular location will help you out to find the different type of devices that are being connected. So the registry path that we use to discovered many times, that is HKLM system, current control set, and enum USB, into the specifically into the Microsoft Windows, refer to a specific location in the Windows registry where information about all USB devices that have been connected to the computer is stored. Okay, so any of the device which is connected to or which is connected to your system previously, the record is maintained into this particular USB. Also, each USB is a there is an entry. Yes, any question? Okay, so each USB has an entry with their VID and PID. So what is VID and PID? Every USB has a specific vendor ID and a product ID. So in that registry entry, we will see just practically right now after this. So the vendor ID will tell you that what is the manufacturer of this particular USB and what is the product ID of this particular USB. So how this VID and PID is very much important in the USB forensics, because whenever we're doing USB forensics, it's very important to find out that which device is connected to the system. Okay, so if you got an information that this device, maybe let us suppose there is a transient USB. Okay, so there is a transient USB of 32 GB. So there is a specific VID and PID for that particular device, and also serial number is also associated, which is recorded into the registry entries. Okay, so using this, you can find out that which transient USB is connected to the system. Like in most of the data centers, always there is a entry of each and every USB sticks and hard disk that are being entered into the system. So you can correlate your findings with the register. Maybe it's a physical or virtual. So this is the way you can use for the USB forensics. Also, in USB forensics, it's very important to find out that what are the data transfers, what are the different file transfers. So we will talk about each and everything. Okay, so understanding the VID PID. So VID, this is a unique identifier assigned by the USB Implementers Forum to a USB device manufacturer. It helps identify the manufacturer of the device globally. So every device who is manufactured by a certain organization is given a particular VID. So who is giving the VID? The entire forum, the implementers forum is giving the VID. And what is PID? PID is a unique identifier assigned to a specific product by the manufacturer. It differentiate various products made by the same manufacturer. Okay, so maybe there is a transient USB, maybe it is of 8 GB, 16 GB, 32, 128. So how would you differentiate between them? So manufacturer transient will be reflected from the VID, and the type of device will be used from the PID. So in this way, you can find out the USB ID database. Okay, so let us move to this particular location, that is HKLM system current control set. Okay, so let me open my registry editor, and we will navigate to this particular. So let us move to the HKLM first. Okay, so HK local machine. So in the very first lecture, I have told you that why we are finding these values in the HKLM, because all our local machine details are available in HKLM. Okay, so then we will go to system. Okay, then we will go to current control set, and then we will go to enum, and there is a particular that is a USB. Okay, so when you click on this USB, okay, So I'm just zooming out. So whenever you will going to click on the USB, you will be seeing that a lot of devices entries are there. Okay, so you can see that like this is the particular VID PID. This is the particular VID PID. So what is this in this case? This the VID is 04CA and PID is 00AC. Okay. In this case, the VID is 04E8 and PID is 6860. Okay. So in this way, you can see that in my system, lot of VID and PIDs are connected. Okay. So let us go to the Chrome to my Explorer and find that how I'm going to find the particular VID PID. Okay, so this is the website, and you can directly search from the Google VID and PID database. And there is a website that the-sz.com that is giving us the detail for the entire USB vendor IDs and product ID. So let us copy the vendor ID. So the vendor ID in this case is 04B3. Okay, so I'm typing 04B3. And what is the product ID? Product ID is 3025. Okay. So let me search at what type of device it is. So, okay. So it is saying it is a IBM Corporation device and it's a basically keyboard. Okay. So maybe at some moment of time, I have connected a IBM keyboard with my system and that's why it is showing me that this device is connected to my system. Okay. So now when I click on this particular location, there are other different details which are available. Okay, so different details which are available. It is also capturing its MAC addresses and a lot of other information are always there. Okay, so but it's very hard to check using all these devices. Okay, because in the registry it's very hard to check each and everyone. So what's there? There is a software that we will going to use. There is a good tool that is we used to say it as a for better enumeration of these particular USB devices. So how they are used? So let us talk a little bit about more on this. So importantly, these VIDs and PIDs are very much important for the device authentication. So together, the VID and PID are used to uniquely identify a specific USB device model from a specific manufacturer. So you can point it out that what type of manufacturer it is and what is the type of device. So in this my previous case, you have seen that I am using an IBM Corporation is the manufacturer and the keyboard is basically the device that is used through the USB. And driver and software configuration also you can see. So what is the location of VID PID as you have already checked and it is also written on the screen. Okay. So there is a very good tool that is USB DView. Okay, and this USB DView will use to see live USB details. Okay, so let's go to USB DView, and this USB DView is already into your that tools folder. But the important part is that USB DView will use to see your live USB details. Okay, so if you are a forensic analyst, so maybe this tool is not of much use to you. But the next tool that is USB Detective, it is of much use to you because the different type of registries hives are being imported into the USB Detective. So USB Detective is a post-incident analysis device, and for your information, for your current live information, you can use USB DView. So there are two basically tools available. So let us go to the folder and find out our tool and try to work on it. Okay, so we have one tool here that is USB DView. I think you are able to see this usbdview.com. The tool is already provided you in your folder. So just double click on it and it will automatically populate all of the devices that are being connected to your system in any point of time. Okay. So the green the sign the devices which are available in green, it means that this particular device is currently connected. Okay, and the options that are not in green, it means they are connected to the system at some moment of time. Okay, so as you can see, there are a lot of devices. So currently, as you can see, only my integrated camera is connected. Okay, and we have my fingerprint is connected. Okay, Goodix fingerprint is connected, and there is a USB composite device. Then there is a Intel wireless Bluetooth device is connected. Then USB input device is connected. Okay, so these are the devices that are connected to my system currently. For other devices, you can see that there is an entire description available. Okay, so it will tell you that what are the type of devices, what is a device type, whether it is connected. So all are these connected? No. And safe to unplug is used or not, whether they are disabled, what is the drive letter, and what is the serial number. So as you can see, for the mass storage devices, the serial number is also available. Okay, so you can see for the mass storage devices like Samsung mobile USB composite device. So all these composite devices, the serial number is also available. It will also tell you that what is the created date, okay, and what is the last unplugged date. So when we have plugged and unplugged the last time, it is making an entry into this, and it is also storing the vendor ID and product ID. As we have seen that different VIDs and PIDs are available into our registries. In the same way, it is capturing the entire VID and PID of our system. Okay. Also, it is talking about your firmware revisions. That what are the firmware it is using, what is the USB class, USB subclass, USB protocol, what is the desktop name. Okay, so maybe in case you are connecting your USB to a virtual machine, so in that case, this computer name will be your particularly your virtual machine. Okay, so in this way, this USB review will help you out to find out that what are the different options available to analyze your current system. Okay. Also, you can like disconnect something, certain selected devices. You can disconnect all the devices from here only. So if I disconnect all devices here only, my USB mouse, keyboard, everything will be stopped working. Okay, so don't try also. And if you want to try, so properly do it in a safer way. Okay. Then we have options for autoplay, open drives, open in rag edit. So if you want to open this particular into the rag edit, so you can go and open this in rag edit. So it will directly point it out to this particular device, and lot of information that are available into the regulator will be able to see you. Actually, there are a lot of values that are available like container ID, driver, hardware ID, but actually it is recorded into the hexa form. But using this particular tool USB DView, you can make yourself available all these detail in the clear text form. Okay, so this is a very good option with the USB DView. Okay, so let's move to the other option, that is basically the USB detective. So USB detective is also a very good USB detective is also a very good tool, and it is used for the forensics purpose, particularly when you have a particular case and you have extracted the registry hides from infected system or a victim system, and then you want to analyze that particular infected system or victim system. So you can use this USB detective function and this detective tool, and this is a community edition basically, and there are definitely commercial editions also. But since in this bootcamp we are not taking any of the commercial editions, because if you use some commercial editions, then you people are having a issue in using it. So we are using all the freewares and the open source tools available. Okay, so this is the basic view of the USB detective. And whenever you are using the tool USB detective, you have to enter the case name. You have to enter the evidence name, case folder. This is the same that we are using in the FTK measure. Whenever we are trying to make an images, we are using the same case name and all these details. So it's very important. Maybe it's not making you an important piece of information right now, but once you are into the system forensics and you are able to, you are flooded with lot of issues, lot of cases, then this metadata will help you out to render out your important artifacts out of your investigations. Okay. Apart from this, your system hive, software hive, end-user.dat, setup API, logs, and Amashe hive. So these are the important registry hives. So you have to load them also. Okay. So in this way, whenever you load all this and process the artifacts, then you will see that the USB detective is a very wonderful tool. Okay, so let us go to the USB detective and see how we are going to use it. Okay, so in the folder you will get a tool that name it as a USB detective. So just go to USB detective, and there is a user guide is also available. Okay, so first of all you can read this USB detective user guide, and the entire things that are using, we are going to try. Maybe some of the things we are not able to talk right now because there are a lot of functionalities available. So you can go to this manual later on and check each and every options. Okay. So maybe most of the things are also available step by step. So definitely this could be a beneficial resource for you. Okay. So just click on the USB detective, and you will see that it is asking you to select the file and folders. Okay, so it is asking you to select file folders, select logical drive, and process live system. Okay, so process live system is already we have seen in the USB DVU, so we are not going to use. And after all, in the free version, this community version, this professional version only, this process live system is available. In free version, it is not available. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to select files and folders. Now I'm putting case one. Let us take it as evidence number one, case folder one. And case folder is something if you are keeping something, your artifacts in the same folder, then you can do. Okay. So now what you have to do, you have to import all these information into your registry hive to find out the USB connections. So system hive is important, software hive is important, end user.dat, setup API, Amashe hive. Okay, so these are the tools. Now we will going to find out and locate and import them. Okay, so let us go. And this is the sample folder we have already given to you. Okay, so this is the samples folder. I think each and everyone has a samples folder. Just go to sample folder and go to registry hives. So as per the requirement, like if we are going to asking for system, so give this a system hive. Okay, open. Now it is asking for a software hive. So we will select a software hive. Okay, and in your system also you can copy all this hive, but unfortunately you cannot copy like this. You have to make a image of your system, then you can copy. On the live system you cannot copy. Okay, so this is very important. Then we have a ntuser.dat. So just select your ntuser.dat, and it is already containing lots of information about your shell bags and about prefetches that we have already discussed into the previous sessions. Okay, and then we have a setup API logs. So just select that, and then we have Amashe hive. Okay, so these all are the important hives, and when you have uploaded all of these files, then you can just process the artifacts. It will just take a minute or two, and it will saying that total device identified 7, and system hives 1, software hives 1. So these are the files that he has processed. Okay. So as you can see in my sample, total device that system has identified is total 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there is a SanDisk Ultra USB device, Sony hard disk USB device, and Samsung disk drive, Samsung Android, Seagate expansion, and USB SanDisk. Also, it is giving the serial number. Okay, so see the beauty of the device. this software USB detective, it is giving you the serial number, that what are the serial number of these drives are. Now, this is a very important part, that whenever we talk about cyber security, we have to take care of the physical security also. If you talk any of the standard, whether it is NIST or whether it is a COBIT, ISO 27001 or any of the security standard, it is always mentioned that in a data center or in any of the secure environments, do not allow unknown USBs into the system. And if required, keep the serial number of the system of the USB. So this practice will help you out in the USB forensics, because like now we are having a serial number, and in case your serial number is stored in some of the register, then you can correlate it. So now we are getting the serial number, we have description. It is showing you that when it is first connected, when it is last connected, when it is last disconnected. So you can see a lot of information can be useful. Okay. And it is also telling you that what is the volume name, that when it is connected, what is the volume name. So at some moment of time, this particular Sony hard drive USB device is connected with the label name E, and this Samsung PSSD is a label name Stefina. So in this way, you can see that these are the samples which are very much important, and you can extract a lot of artifacts from this. Okay, so this is a brief introduction about the USB forensics, and now the important part is that you must start doing a basic practice about these important tasks. Okay, so now I want to